are going to work with all the podcasters. But we can't go to podcasts of other political parties. Like that one of the son of Dalimbuf. We can't go there. That thing is for MK, it's not for us. So let him continue to interview MK people. I mean, it's like EFF podcast going to interview Fikile Mbalula. He will never allow that. So don't ask us. And all leaders of the EFF are here in front. There is no leader of the EFF who's not here in front. There is no leader of the EFF who's not here in Nazareth. If they are not here, they are not leaders of the EFF. You must never regard them as the leaders of the EFF. You chose the leadership. You must defend your leadership. You must respect your leadership, both in private and in public. Fighters, there will be lots of things that are going to try and test us. But we have a founding manifesto. We exist on the basis of principle. Let's go and stick to our documents and stick to the discipline of our movement. Our leaders are here. You all know them. You nominated them here for 3 hours. You can't live here and want to be telling us about non-existing leaders. Anyone who's not elected by a province or elected by this conference is not a leader of the EFF. So EFF met here at the 3rd National People's Assembly and elected leaders. EFF met here at the 3rd National People's Assembly, adopted resolutions that are going to be implemented by leaders. Anything else that gets written by anyone on Facebook, Twitter, newspaper, whatever, it's not EFF resolution. Our resolutions are not communicated through social media. We are going to clean them up and send them to you directly as members of the organization. Do not listen to doomsayers. Do not listen to those who want to destroy the EFF. The EFF is here to stay. The EFF will not die today. The EFF will not die tomorrow. This organization is going to be here for generations to come. They declared this Nazareth a death place of the EFF. They thought the EFF was going to be officially buried here. Now, the EFF is not buried. The EFF is re-energized. We are re-energized. And determination. Don't stop the EFF because it's unstoppable. So let's go out there and tell our people that you did not disappoint them. Your discipline is celebrated by everyone in South Africa, including those who hate us. They can't stop talking about how well organized we are, how disciplined we are. One of the journalists was saying, but this stage, comrades, is a United Nations stage. The way you have set it up is like we're in a UN assembly. No any other party can do this except the EFF. So you always prove to all of them that you are ahead of yourself, of themselves, because, comrades, you cannot elect people who can organize themselves. ANC tried to form a podcast. Yeah, in 2 weeks, do it. Good, disorganized. But you keep on voting for such people and then expect organized government when the people who are leading you are disorganized. I'm happy ENCA has finally come back to its senses and stopped its madness. Because ENCA walked out of this NPA in 2019. And we said to them, you will never cover the EFF events until you apologize. And we stopped them from covering EFF for 5 years until they were willing to talk. And we came, we spoke. The leadership of the ENCA said they do not associate with the decision of those people because they don't understand why they took such a decision. It was irrational, it was reckless. They don't associate with that decision. And they told us, we didn't know because we're no longer watching ENCA. And then we had a program in the EFF where we were teaching, we issued a video and said to the members of the EFF, this is how you block ENCA on DSTV. We blocked it. So from here, we are going to unblock you. We are going to unblock you. And then the ENCA, I told them one thing, that when Hitler was speaking and speaking bad things and declaring death on the Jews, no media has ever walked out of him. Even when he was speaking, killing people. What justification do you have that you walked out of a political gathering where the life of people was not threatened? They never walked out of a Malan. They never walked out of Vervoet. They never walked out of De Klerk, out of Botha. Even when these people were announcing the killing of children in Soweto and everywhere else, the media never walked out. So, what is worse about what the EFF did that day to make you walk out? It's an irrational decision which exposed you as a media that you are subjective. Sometimes you act irrationally without a reason behind whatever you are doing. So, welcome back. Fighters, when you see them, don't chase them away. You must be nice to them. You must be friendly to them. See this thing of calling analysts. They come there and then they talk alone and talk a lot of nonsense. So if you be an analyst, it will analyze EFF. You must call us to be there. That analyst must sit here, speak that nonsense in our presence, and will expose them because many of them are just clowns. Are just clowns. Yeah, analyst, the same analyst in his entire life, he has never organized a birthday party. He has never organized his own wedding celebration. But he wants to come and analyze how a gathering is organized. From which experience when? When I sang our dear party, so please, we are not riding on a high horse. Call us, call an analyst, put here. Even some Carlos says is an analyst, he was analyzing some nonsensical things there. Listen to this one. What's about only one? Blind. Call us, talk when we are here. Repeat unto you. Or they can sing when they sing in a shower. So 405 it used to be a very nice channel, well balanced. And there is a guy there of 405 who, when he came, I want to talk about this name. Galata. Yeah, Galata. Galata came to 405 and behaved like his objective. And made that station to be a people station. We loved it. We were putting that channel. But that channel, and I'm saying this honestly, is going to collapse. It's going to be another failed project. if you are continuing with that journey you are continuing with. You are going to join that thing of the Guptas. You are going back there where the Guptas had a TV channel. It became a flop. You are becoming a flop. And it's Galat. So if the owners of that thing love that channel, they must act on Galat. Maybe you must go back to Eastern Cape to go and edit that daily dispatch there. Maybe it's a village mentality that works in degenerating a national station. The guy was coming all right. Problem ugarujile chelte jabat. He ate monies from other people. Even when you correct something factually, they still don't correct it on their TV. But you know, with SABC, you make a call, you demonstrate to them, but this is inaccurate. In less than no time, it will be corrected because journalists must be concerned with the facts. When you prove the facts, they must immediately correct those things. But we are working with all of them. We are going to work with the ENCA. We are going to work with SABC. We have no choice. Because by not working with SABC, you are not working with yourself. It's not a state broadcaster. It's a public broadcaster, which means it's owned by us, the public. That's our relationship with SABC. And that's why we must have huge interest in the SABC. It must be a contested terrain. We must not allow it to behave like it's an ANC channel. It's not an ANC channel. We're going to work with all newspapers, radio stations. We're going to work with all the podcasters. But we can't go to podcasts of other political parties. Like that one of the son of Dalimbouf. We can't go there. That thing is for MK, it's not for us. So let him continue to interview MK people. I mean, it's like EFF podcast going to interview Fikile Mbalula. You will never allow that. So don't ask us witchcraft, that we must do things that are unacceptable. Every podcast, Shem, Lejabu DJs boo the hassle. No, yeah. I want more saying because Rena, we are not hiding anything from anyone. We go everywhere. My regards to my office, other political parties. So it's as simple as that. The argument that it was formed before MK, how can it become MK? Those who are MK, they were born before MK. They are older than MK, so how did they become MK? If being born before doesn't make you MK, that logic doesn't make sense. They must interview their fathers.